Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be someone who wronged you is in big trouble. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, someone who wronged you is in big trouble. All right. Now, y'all, I don't wish bad on nobody. I don't hope that anybody actually go down, die, go to jail, be hurt, all right? Or let alone somebody hurting them physically. Like, family, those are not my goals or my aspirations, right? Like, I actually will and hope that everybody prosper in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Because we are all children of God, right? At the end of the day, okay? And you have to understand something. He sent his only begotten son because he knew that we were still going to make mistakes, and he knew that we were still going to walk in sin. But it is about those who are trying to right their wrongs, okay? So I want to make this clear, y'all. I'm not hoping or wishing bad on anyone, right? Somebody drop that down below in the comments. I don't wish bad on you. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop that down below in the comments, family. I don't wish bad on you, okay? Now, that's for our own sake, for our good karma, all right? And to keep our good person card, okay? Now, the thing is, family, the facts are the facts. Karma is real. And for those who have done you wrong, right, lied on you, slandered you, started rumors about you, all right, and did not give you the correct justice that was due, well, their day has finally come, all right? Their day has finally come, and there are going to be certain signs that you see from this particular individual or individuals, okay, that they may wish not to disclose, but it's going to show all throughout their actions. It's going to show all throughout their verbiage. It's going to show all throughout their facial expressions, okay, if you get the opportunity to see this person. Because I understand, y'all, that sometimes when you go separate ways, you go separate ways, right? They may leave the country. You may leave the country. They may leave the city, go to a different city. You may leave the city, go to a different city. Family, you know how this goes, okay? But the fact still remains, someone who wronged you, oh yeah, y'all, are in big trouble as we speak, right? But family, we're gonna go ahead and get directly into this video. But before we do so, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Now, family, we are creeping upon 100K subscribers, y'all. I want to say we are at 99.8 now. Yeah, I know y'all is going kind of slow. It's like it's going up 100, every 2-3 days, right? But slow progress is better than no progress. But we are officially around 198 or somewhere around 200 subscribers. Actually, y'all, 200 subscribers, until we get to 100K, which means we'll be bringing that plaque home, baby. Let's go. Okay. But y'all, until then, the consistency remains, the persistence remains, and the perseverance remains, right? So we're here, family. But family, let's go ahead and get directly into this, y'all. No need to prolong this video. Number one, all right, first sign, y'all, is they called you. Okay. They called you, right? Now, y'all remember y'all on Martin show when he was like, they called me, right? Every rebuttal was, they called me. Well, family, in this case, they called you. Now, you have to understand that just because a person called you does not mean they are calling to right their wrongs, okay? Does not mean that they are calling to rekindle for the right reasons. Does not mean that they had your best interest or have your best interest in their hearts. Some people call back, for their own selfish reasons. People are selfish, and you have to understand when to protect your heart, protect your assets, protect your family, protect yourself, all right? And when to let the guard down, okay? And in this particular time, y'all, this is not necessarily a time to let the guard down, but understand something. This person who called you is in big trouble. Okay, they are in big trouble. Now, y'all, this can be jail. This can be, near death experience. This can be a person doing the same things they did to you, to them. This can be a person just not being able to sit with their guilt. Guilt is real, y'all. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. Guilt is real. Family, guilt is the difference between a person telling, and not telling. Guilt is the difference between a person turning themselves in, and not turning themselves in. Guilt makes a person feel as if they are the scum of the earth. It's especially, y'all, people who have a decent heart. I'm not even gonna say people who got a great heart, they respond to guilt like how anybody else would. No, some people are just, heartless and cold-hearted and don't care who they affect, right? But in this case right here, y'all, it can be a conglomerate of these things of why this person called you, right? Y'all, when a person done wrong by you, it don't matter how long they have went by, right? It don't matter how long time has went by. It does not matter how long they try to avoid you. Somehow, some way, they will be redirected to you, right? So they called you. But Reno, they didn't tell me exactly what they was going through. You can kind of hear it in a person's voice, like you can kind of hear it in a person's actions, right? Because actions speak louder than words. So actions can be loud. And when you hear it, you automatically know what it is. I get it. You called me. Some people don't have the guts, the courage. Some people don't have the ability to come out and say, I apologize, right? You may have that one person who apologizes without apologizing. So for some people, y'all, they may come to you and ask you a question, right? You and them both know they already know the answer to, but that was their way of saying, I apologize or I'm sorry, right? A person may call you and have a conversation about everything else up under the sun, but what they need to have a conversation about, that is their way of apologizing. Now, somebody may call you straight up and say, hey, I apologize. I'm sorry. I wish that never would have happened, but it did. So I am taking full ownership and accountability of my actions. That just may be the case, y'all. But like my man Martin said, they called you. And so you have to get to a point in your life when you are able to embrace it, right? Now, I don't want to rush nobody on their healing process, on their healing journey. I get it. Sometimes, y'all, you're like, hey, man, I get that you called me and I get that you were ready, but where were you when I was ready? So I hear you, but I'm going to forgive on my own time, right? And I'm going to let this go on my own time. Right, but I will take this into consideration and then move on with my life so you can move on with yours. Sometimes, y'all, it's not about the other person, it's about you. Okay, and that goes vice versa. Sometimes you have to apologize not for them, but for you. Right, sometimes you have to pay a person back not for them, but for you. Okay, and it's all about you doing what's best for you, just like they're doing what's best for them, because the guilt is killing them, y'all. Guilt is killing them. But all I want you to realize is, y'all, if a person has called you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, y'all, I don't even care if it was a text. This is a clear indication that someone who wronged you is in big trouble, y'all. They are. And I want to say this, y'all, and then I'll move on, right? Of course, I'm gonna prolong it, but with Chris Rock, right? With Chris Rock and Will Smith, when he went on national television and slapped Chris Rock silly, okay? Will Smith actually reached out to Chris Rock to apologize, right? After I think they threatened to take that Oscar of his, after, some of those deals were being jeopardized and pretty much his career being jeopardized. Now, I think that Will Smith is at a point in his life where you can pretty much take it all from him. He's so wealthy and so rich to where he's still going to be able to live for the rest of his life. At this point, it's about doing it for the love of the game, doing it for the love of his craft. At this point, that's what it's about. It's not. He's not doing it because he need money no more. It's a difference, right? However, y'all, the guilt was killing Will Smith, and y'all know I love Will Smith, right? Like, he's one of my favorite actors. I love Will Smith ever since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, I think he's super dope. It's just that in that particular moment in time, it probably wasn't the right thing to do, especially on national television, right? However, y'all, he called Chris, and Chris declined it respectfully. And he said, I'm going to get to you when I get to you. You got to live with that, man. I'm not going to live with it. You got to live with it. But that's another example, y'all, without beating this into a pulp. But number 2, y'all, they came crawling back, all right? They came crawling back. And that simply means, y'all, that, sometimes when people do you wrong, they were flying at the time or they were running at the time. I will break this down. Martin Luther King had a very famous quote where he says that if you can't crawl, then if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving, right? That's one of his famous quotes. And so when a person do you wrong, most time it's because they are in the position to do you wrong. They're running and they're flying. They're flying and they're running, right? And what that simply means is, y'all, they don't really need you, And as bad as that may sound, y'all, it's one of them things to where you kind of have to accept it for what it is. Maybe they money looking good right now. You know how people act when they get their money good. Yeah, I pay for it. It's all good. I mean, I don't gotta be here. And then before you know it, y'all, they'll pull a Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris. I don't need this. My man got 2 jobs. They'll just start pulling stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, y'all, is most time when people do you wrong, it's because they have automatically wrote you off out of their lives and say, you know what? I don't need you. Okay? I don't need you. You have good need and you have bad need, right? Bad need is a person who's saying, look, I need you to eat, to live, to breathe, right? Which means financially, emotionally, mentally, I need you, okay? These are what you call your liabilities. But then a person may say, yo, no, I need you in my life because I want you in my life, right? I know it sounds crazy. I need you in my life because I want you in my life, right? Fortunately, y'all, that is a great thing, okay? So you got good need and bad need. But most time, y'all, when people are flying and when they're running, they don't notice that they're going to need you until they have to come crawling back, all right? Reno, is they going to literally be crawling back? No, they're not going to literally crawl back. They're going to crawl back in terms of, hey, I have no place to go, I'm not working that same job I was working. That person I turned on you for, they actually turned on me, so I may need your help, So that is what I mean by they're crawling back, right? We've seen this many times, y'all. You know that person who done left that job, right? They found another job, or maybe their business had picked up, and man, when it went downhill, y'all, they was like, hey, y'all still got that job? That job's still on the line. I could really use that job. They had to come crawling back. Right? You left the plantation and then you had to go back to the plantation. I'll talk about myself, y'all. Ain't no shame in my game, right? I don't just sit here and talk about everybody else. I was one of those ones, y'all, who I would come up with these escape plans, y'all, for my job. And, I would, it'll be a really good plan, but life's, y'all. One thing about life is going to life. Somebody drop in the comments and say, life be life. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say life be lifing. But, I'll never forget when I left the airport, okay, what happened was, family, I came up with my plan to sell my books because I had created that book and I published it. And when I had, created the book, I noticed how people were clinging to it. They were gravitating to it. So I was selling books, y'all, like every day. And that's why I made my first $1,000. And that's why I was like, you know what, man, I'm finna quit my job, right? Looking back on it, y'all, it wasn't the best decision to make. However, y'all, it wasn't a bad decision because it automatically prepared me to be an entrepreneur. Long story short, y'all, I had to come crawling back to the plantation though. because life began to life. Some things happened and transpired that I did not even think was going to happen. Okay, that some things happened that I did not even think was possible. However, y'all, it happened and I had to come crawling back. Unfortunately, though, y'all, okay, thank God I'm an entrepreneur full out today, but you have to go through something to become something. That's just the way it is, y'all. Number 3, it's going to be this right here, family. Over-exaggeration. Yes, sir. Over-exaggeration. Reno, what are you saying by that? What do you mean? So, y'all, when a person has made their decision, right? Whether that was a person they left you for, whether that was a job they left the other job for, whether that was them leaving a particular city, or just whatever decision they made, when a person, and this is human nature, right? Most time, y'all, when humans make a bad decision, they tend to try to hide it by over exaggerating, So for example, let's just say you buy a car that is out of your budget, right? It's really not all of that, and now you're starting to have, car problems, okay? But what you do is you try to gas yourself up and say, oh man, this is the best car ever. And then you start trying to convince other people around you that this is the best car ever, right? And then what happens is, y'all, you begin to start over exaggerating, and people start looking at you funny like, okay, I mean, that's your car, drive your car, right? But you're sitting here trying to tell people, yeah, man, this is the best car right here, man. See, I don't know what y'all doing, man. Y'all need to get this car right here. This right here is the best car. I'm talking about the AC work, this right here work, that right there work. And the whole time, y'all, the car is a piece of crap. All right. And, this is what you call the over exaggeration method. They are over exaggerating that life is going great for them, right? They are over exaggerating that this person who they befriended or this person they have gotten in a relationship with is the best thing possible. Like, you see it, with, I would say women, but more so young girls, especially in school. When this young girl get with this young guy, okay, she may not want to tell nobody that his feet really stink, he snore really bad, or he's not the brightest bulb in the box, okay? But when she get around her friends, just so she can prove to people that I ain't make no bad decision, I'ma over exaggerate what I have. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Like, and just being honest, y'all, I think that we've all been there, because nobody wants to be wrong, to be honest, right? If we're gonna be real about this, nobody really wants to be wrong. The thing is with myself, y'all, I don't even want to be wrong, but I don't have no problem with taking accountability if I am wrong. You see the difference, y'all? Some people just can't live with the fact that they're wrong, and they're not going to take that accountability, and they're going to figure out all the ways in the world to prove that they are right. All right. And so that goes back to the beginning of the video. I seek people who are looking to right their wrongs. Okay. If you're wrong, then just right them. Right. So that is the point, y'all. Getting back to it, over exaggeration is a huge deal. Okay. Number 4, y'all, life is beating them up. Life is beating them up, y'all. They got black eyes, busted lips, a busted eardrum, stomach hanging over their knees. I'm just being honest, y'all. Life is beating them up, and some people lose their edge. They lose their I hate to say this, y'all, but their skill set to reason. Okay, that all goes into your mindset. They lose that sense of having logistics, right? Because when that person left or leave your life, it's almost like a piece of you left with them, and sometimes, y'all, life tends to beat people up seriously. Life tends to beat people up seriously. Some people are crippled. One thing I was raised upon is not to be a cripple. So by that way, when a person leave your life, you still understand how to operate, right? Like, learn how to wash your own clothes, wash your dishes, learn how to pay your own bills, how to drive, like everything that it takes to be independent and successful in this world. Some people don't have that, and when that person leave their lives, or if they left that person thinking somebody else was going to take them on, meaning they went from dependent to dependent, well, when that person leaves, life is going to beat them up because they are actually crippled, right? You don't want to be crippled, y'all, because you will not have the will to do what you need to do for yourself, because people have already been doing it. Can you imagine if some type of facility, or even jobs, y'all, I hate to say it, but even with jobs where this job have been feeding you, what I mean by feeding you, giving you a drug called a salary, right? Y'all know my thoughts on that. And they keep feeding you and they keep feeding you. Well, on that 20-year year, when they say, hey, we got to furlough some people and we're going to give you severance pay, but you don't get your 401k and you don't get your benefits. I'm so sorry about that. The benefits has ended, right? Well, a lot of people are going to be crippled if they don't know how to fish, okay? If you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime, all right? And if you give a man a fish, he'll only eat for one day. The unfortunate part is, y'all, many people only know how to eat for a day. Make sense of what I'm saying? And so getting back to it, y'all, life is beating them up. That person who wrongs you is in big trouble right now, y'all. Financial trouble, maybe health issues. And again, we're not wishing this on them, but these are things that they can possibly be facing. Just big trouble, right? It could be even legal trouble. But that person who wronged you is going through it right now, y'all. Number 5 is going to be this right here, family, which is the last one. They regret it all, okay? They regret it all. I know y'all probably were waiting for me to say, well, when he going to say they regret it? Here it is, y'all. They do regret it all, Regret is an emotion. Sometimes it stays. Sometimes it comes and it goes, So it depends on how their conscience is set up, right? Some people have trained their conscience to not give a damn. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, right? Once again, y'all, yes, I said it. Some people's conscience is set up to not give a damn about no one but themselves, okay? But the natural human being, family, cares, enough to where they can sit down, think, and reminisce on what actually happened, and then regret the fact that they, didn't do this correctly or did this. You follow what I'm saying, y'all? So sticking to the point, y'all, they regret it all. They regret everything they did. They regret everything that happened that should not have happened. Things that they said that they should not have said. Are y'all following what I'm saying? Like, they really regret it, And y'all, I would say this: we are all human at the end of the day, okay? And we are all trying to figure some things out at the end of the day. However, y'all, it is about taking that accountability and responsibility to fix the situation, okay? But I'm just giving y'all this prophetic message, y'all, to let you know that someone who has wronged you is in big trouble right now, okay? And the last sign, of course, y'all, is they regret it all. You may see this within their social media posts, okay? You may see this within how they dress. You may see this within how they act now, right? They got a whole other personality. It's because they regret how they did you. And if they could not have gotten it right with you, they're going to try to get it right with the next person, with the next thing, the next opportunity, the next job. You follow what I'm saying, y'all? So that is a major point, y'all. We're going to go ahead and do this recap, and then we'll conclude this video. So number 1, y'all, first sign, they called you, okay? That's a dead giveaway. Number 2, they came crawling back. That's another dead giveaway. Number 3, over-exaggeration. That is a subliminal. Number 4, life is beating them up. It can be a dead giveaway or subliminal, depending on how they approach the situation or how they mask it, right? Number 5, y'all, they regret it all. To me, y'all, that's a dead giveaway, all right? But with that being said, family, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all make sure y'all get one of those books, y'all. One of my Yes Sir t-shirts. Book a one-on-one session with me. or enroll into my social influence course, y'all, if you would like to get any of my products, family. They're all in the link in the bio, as well as my YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all keep running these subscribers up, y'all. I'll definitely say maybe in about the next 8 days, 10 days, we'll have that plaque, family, or at least it'll be on the way, right? But with that being said, family, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish a book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments social influence if you want to build up your social influence. Click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.